Moving to the second part. So what would be the first step if you are approaching any country?
Yeah, so when you're approaching any country, you, as I mentioned before, you need to first understand how the potential of the country in terms of whether the market lies for that
Okay.
particular product. You have to also see how stringent the country is regulatory wise.
Uh-huh.
Okay, there are some open markets where regulatory is not much required, where selling is not that difficult, but there are some markets where the regulatory is very stringent, which may
Uh-huh.
take long time.
Mm-hmm.
So you can categorize your country wise, like this would be your A category of countries, B category, C category. So
Uh-huh.
A category is when you're a startup, you will first approach this A category of countries. For example, in Latam, if you go to Chile,
Uh-huh.
you go to Colombia, which are these are open markets. If you go to Brazil, Mexico, which are stringent, have
Mm-hmm.
regulatory
Mm-hmm.
requirements. Same way. So when you go to Asia,
Mm-hmm.
Vietnam, for example, take almost 1.5 2 years for
Mm-hmm.
getting the product registered. So these are different things. When you go to European countries, the registration is not that difficult. If you have a C,
Uh-huh.
you can sell the product. There are
Mm-hmm.
some countries, for example, Middle East. If you're selling in Middle East, if you have a C, you might take longer time for registration, and also you may not enjoy a better price.
Uh-huh.
But if you have FDA, US FDA, you get a better price and you can even
Uh-huh.
sell the product more quickly. You can register the product more quickly.
Mm-hmm.
So these are different approvals that are required.
Right, right, right. So I know how I see regulatory is a door.
Correct.
Without that, if the door is not open, you cannot enter the
Absolutely.
country. So
Absolutely.
regulatory is a door which you have to open. Uh, to summarize your points, if you have CE certificate, then Europe is open for you. Also, some Latin American countries are open for you. Additionally, if you have EVS FDA, then I would say 80% market is open for you.
So I would say that whenever any startup company from India wants to export, the first thing that they have to do is hire a consultant
Uh-huh.
who is an expert from the regulatory point of view. There are some regulatory consultants who might take you for a ride,
Uh-huh.
saying that okay, this market is this market can be cracked easily. No, he should know what are the exact requirements and what is the exact time that it might take for the product to get registered.
Correct.
Also, when you are hiring a consultant in that country, that he should give you a clear picture of how much time it's going to take for the product to get registered, because it may happen that he may take almost a year and keep asking from you a lot of documents.
Uh-huh.
Every month he's asking for a new document, and at the end of the year he says that okay, it's still going to take time, the ministry people are on leave, there is some political issue in the country, and thus things get delayed and ultimately you'll end up doing nothing.
Right.
You spend a lot of money, you spend a lot of time,
Uh-huh.
and that's it. So it's always good to spend more on the consultants. You should always see that the experts that you hire are good at their work. If that is done, then I think your gates are open for doing business.
Yes, yes. And I think you will get consulted even in India, also outside also.
Yes, so obviously you need Indian consultants who will help you to touch base with the consultancy within the country. And it's always good to have a consultant within the country because he knows the country well.
Uh-huh.
He knows the dynamics very well there. And I have seen a lot of Indian companies who make their employees travel on a regular basis to these countries. So earlier I was of the impression that अरे यार तुम आप लैपटॉप पे यहाँ पे बैठ के डिस्ट्रीब्यूटर डोमेन एक्सपर्ट डिस्ट्रीब्यूटर ढूंढो, he will do the business for you.
Okay.
Why you need to travel to the country?
Uh-huh.
But no, sometimes it is good to travel to the country. Why? Because when you yourself understand the dynamics better, it is good that somebody cannot take you for a ride. Because otherwise you will just keep believing that distributor, you will keep believing that consultant, and ultimately you will end up doing something which may be wrong. You are following something for a year and you ultimately come to know, oh, this is what I was following, it's wrong.
Right,
So the wrong way. Always make 2, 3, 4 travels to the country, try to understand the distributor, meet more competitor distributors.
Okay.
Although you are not going to shortlist them as one of your distributor, but do meet them, try to understand them. This will help you when you are actually signing the agreement with the finalized distributor. This will help you to negotiate with him in a better way. Which products to negotiate, what is the price that you are going to, what territory you are going to offer him.
Right, right.
It's like that.
I think that's our third step, I would say.
Yeah.
To understand, I would say, the domain expert distributor or a right business partner.
Correct.
But if you see the basic process, how you approach or how you understand this is the right business partner for your business.
Yeah, so identifying the distributor is very crucial, because you being into a country which is almost more than 8,000 to 15,000 kilometer away,
Correct.
like when you're in India. So when you're traveling there and trying to identify a distributor, you have to first see whether that distributor has a domain expert of selling the products which your company manufactures. You have to see how financially strong that distributor is. You have to travel with him in the market and see how good network he has in the
Contacts
market.
with the customers.
You have to also see whether this distributor has been a defaulter in the past. You have to see his worth. So there are a lot of things. These are some of the things which, on the basis of which you can categorize whether this distributor can be on one of your partner in the,
Right,
in the
right.
long run.
Right.